So in today's class, we'll be discussing about correlation. Correlation, what is correlation coefficient and how do you calculate correlation coefficient? Now, to put it in the simplest of terms, correlation essentially is the association between two continuous variables. Okay, any association or any connection between two continuous variables will be called correlation. So, for example, I can tell uh, a person's for example, if I talk about things that have high correlation, okay, you can have high correlation, low correlation as well. A person's eye color and their relatives eye color, those two have high correlation. If their relatives eye color or their parents eye color is black, there is a high chance that their own eye color will be black. Or uh, the caloric intake of a person and their body weight. Generally, people who take higher caloric intake, who have higher number of calories per day, they will weigh generally higher. Okay, it does not mean they'll be fatter, but they will generally weigh higher, more than people who have lesser caloric intake. Okay, those are both high correlation. Those are both examples of high correlation coefficient. It means that both of these variables in this scenario, your caloric intake and weight, both of these variables are correlated to each other, and there is a high correlation between each other, पॉजिटिव correlation that too, meaning एक बढ़ा तो दूसरा भी बढ़ता. ठीक है, that is correlation. Essentially the relationship between two continuous variables is called correlation. All right, now you will test these relationships between qualitative and quantitative variables using correlation coefficient. What is their relationship, how strong is it, to what degree is it changing, if what happens if I change one variable, what kind of change can I see in another variable, change hota nahi hota, and what type of change can you expect. Okay, now as such correlation coefficient can be low as well. So there can be certain factors which will have low correlation coefficient or low correlation altogether. What does that mean? um, Low correlation ka example is your name and the marks that you obtain, marks obtained in an exam. Now, generally speaking, there is no correlation in between these two, because in an exam, your name will not matter what type of marks you get. Okay, depending on the content that you write in a paper, that will fetch you certain marks. So your name will have no correlation with your marks altogether, or even hall ticket number for that matter. A hall ticket number does not have any correlation with your marks. Okay, or a dog's name and the type of biscuit it prefers. Example. Those are also two examples in which there are two variables. A dog's name is one variable, and the biscuit of preference. Let us suppose they eat, that dog eats pedigree, or that dog eats parleji, or whatever the dog prefers. The preference of biscuit of that dog and the dog's name, there is no correlation in between them. Okay, so you get the point, what is correlation and what is low correlation coefficient and high correlation. So if you put it on a graph, essentially you will have different types of correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient is represented by r. Okay, this r ranges in between -1 and +1. Okay, so generally anything that has a correlation coefficient of 1, it means that there is directly proportional change, directly proportional positive change in these two variables. इसका मतलब क्या है? If I take them over a graph, if r value is 1 between two particular variables, if one grows, the other will also grow simultaneously, that too in the same fashion, to the same degree. Okay, if r is equal to 1, स्मूथ इंक्रीज रहता दोनों वेरिएबल्स में. Let us suppose r is equal to -1. It means that as one is increasing, the other will decrease. So if r is equal to -1, ऐसे जाता. ठीक है, as one is increasing, if you can see here, this point is, or this variable is increasing along the x-axis, but this variable is decreasing along the y-axis. So as the value of one variable increases, the value of the other variable decreases. This is when r is equal to -1. ठीक है, you will have correlation equal to 0 when your graph appears something like this. So no matter the change in variable 1, there will be no effect on variable 2, or vice versa. If you change variable 2, there is no change in variable 1, or if you change variable 1, there is no change in variable 2. That is correlation, and those are the types of correlation coefficients. Did you understand till here?
Yes,
जयंती
sir.
समझ में आया आप तीनों को? If you have doubts or if you want me to repeat anything specific, please feel free to ask.
Understood, sir.
Okay, right. Now we'll look at the problems of correlation. Now to calculate correlation coefficient, let us suppose I have two values, two variables, and I want to see what is the relationship between them. So what I will do is I will calculate using certain statistical methods. I will try to calculate R of those two values, okay, of those two variables. For example, let us suppose I have body weight and cholesterol. Okay, example. Now I am given different body weights and I am given different cholesterol. I am trying to find the relationship between increase in body weight and what will its effect be on a person's cholesterol level. बढ़ता कम होता क्या होता? Now, in order to calculate correlation coefficient, there are two different methods. One is Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient. The other is Spearman's correlation coefficient or Spearman's rank correlation. आप लोगों को रैंक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बोल के भी आता है, वो आपके सिलेबस में रैंक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बोल के मेंशन्ड है. ऑल ऑफ देम रिफर टू द सेम थिंग. In your syllabus, you only have Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. Okay, this is very useful for qualitative data especially. Now I'll give you a scenario and I'll give you how you calculate this correlation coefficient. Now Spearman's rank correlation coefficient में आप क्या करते हैं, you will assign ranks to different variables. I will tell you how those ranks are assigned in a bit, but essentially the formula will vary depending on the data that is given to you. Sometimes there will be data, I will write them as two different cases, case 1 and case 2. Okay, I'll give you an example of what both of these cases mean. Let us suppose case 1 मैं यहाँ पर लगा रहा हूँ and case 2 यहाँ पर लगा रहा हूँ. ठीक है, depending on different type of case you will have to apply different formula. ठीक है, case 1 there is no tie in the allotted ranks. What does this mean? Let us suppose you have different marks. जो आप एग्जाम लिखते हैं, let us suppose there are 5 students, roll number 1 2 3 4 5, and they have written two exams, anatomy exam and medical surgical exam. The example is case 1 बोल रहा हूं मैं. Okay, the example is there are 5 students. These 5 students who are in between the roll numbers of 1 to 5 have written two exams, anatomy exam and medical surgical exam. I am trying to find out the relationship between anatomy marks and medical surgical marks. Meaning, if a person's anatomy marks are high, will it have any effect on medical surgical marks, or what kind of relationship will be there in between these two variables? My two variables are anatomy marks and med surg marks. Did you all understand the question till this point? In case 1, I have 5 students, and those 5 students are writing two different exams or two different subjects, essentially anatomy and med-surg. I am trying to find out what is the relationship between the marks of one and what kind of change it will have on the other variable. So if a person is getting X amount of marks in anatomy, what will be the effect of X on their med-surg? बढ़ के आता मार्क्स, कम आते मार्क्स, एवरेज मार्क्स आते, व्हाट विल बी देयर मार्क्स, व्हाट इज द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन anatomy marks and this thing med surg marks? I'm trying to find that. This is case 1. No tie in allotted ranks. What does that mean? So let us suppose our data is like this. So I'm writing roll number on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 students are present, and first they are doing anatomy. Let us suppose I put this variable as x. Okay, marks of anatomy. 85, 81, 77, 68, 53. MedSearch, MSN. I'll put this variable as y. These are both marks, okay? Out of 100, these students are obtaining so and so marks. These marks that are mentioned here. So 78, 70, 72, 62, 67. Now, आप लोगों को ये पर्टिकुलर मार्क्स आ गए, ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल अरेंज दीज इन सच अ वे दैट what I will do is I will assign a rank to each of these marks. So in this series, anatomy whole series, I will assign ranks to different marks. So I will use either ascending order or descending order. I have to use any one order. Whatever order I'm using, whether it is ascending or descending, I have to make sure I'm applying the same order to both anatomy and physiology. When I'm applying ranks, जो rank मैं apply करूंगा, those ranks will be in such a way that they both of these anatomy and MSN, both of them are either in ascending or in descending. What does that mean? I will assign the ranks now. Let us suppose R1 is ranks of X, okay, and R2 is rank of Y, different marks. Let us suppose I am doing descending style, meaning the highest marks gets first rank, lowest marks gets last rank, fifth rank, okay. So in rank X, in anatomy marks, what is the highest mark?
85.
This is, so I will put this as 1, okay. Next highest is 81. I will put this as 2. Next highest is 77. Put this as 3. This is a very simple example. आप लोगों को अभी ऐसा दिख रहा होगा. Later on we'll go to a slightly more complex problem, okay? Just for the explanation purpose, I'm using this so that you follow along easily. Next one is this, 4th rank, and this is 5th rank. Now I have used descending order in this, right? I'm going from highest marks to lowest marks. I will use the same for MedSurg as well. When I'm assigning the marks, look here, 78 gets the first rank.
Yes.
Second rank will go to this fellow, no? 72.
72.
Yes, sir.
So yes, second rank हुआ. Then third rank will go to 70. Fourth rank will go to 67.
7.
Fifth rank will go to 62. समझ में आया how you are assigning ranks? It is very important that you do not make a mistake while you are assigning these ranks. You can use ascending order as well. It does not matter, but make sure that R1 and R2 are consistent. If you are using ascending order, use that ascending order both to anatomy and MSN. एक को ascending order में दूसरे को descending order में नहीं use करना. Okay, I hope this point is clear.
Yes,
Now
sir.
you will find the difference between ranks. D. D is the difference. Difference is essentially R1 minus R2. Now, if you do R1 minus R2, क्या आता? For the first value, what is R1 minus R2?
0.
0, सुनना. Second one,
1. Yes, 1.
1 आता.
Yes. Minus आता ना.
2 minus 3, no. R1 minus R2, don't change the values. इसमें से
1.
आप इसको सब्ट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. सॉरी, R2 इसमें से सब्ट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं आप. सो R1 minus R2, 3 minus 2, 1. 4 minus 5, minus 1. 5 minus 4, 1. Okay.
1.
Now, anyway, you will square these values, but when you are writing that in the problem, make sure that you don't make a mistake in this. Second step after this will be making D square. D square करे तो 0 square is 0, 1 square is 1, 1 square is 1, 1 square is 1, 1 square is 1. Summation of D square is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 4. ठीक है. Total number of values यहाँ पर कितने हैं? How many values do you have here?
5, sir.
5. So our n is equal to 5. Remember this, n is equal to 5, sigma d square is 4. Now I'll tell you the formula. This is case 1. Okay? The first scenario where there is no tie among the ranks. Tie among the ranks का मतलब ये रहता, if you saw that previous example, if you look at any of these ranks, 85 to 53, or if you look at 78 to 67, you can see that no value is being repeated. Matlab, if 78 is coming once, it is not being repeated again. Or if 81 is coming once, it is not being repeated again. I hope you are understanding the difference here. There is no tie in values. There is no tie in the allocated ranks. In case 2, we'll look at tie in allocated ranks. In this scenario, we are looking at a case where there are no ties in the allocated ranks. So you have smoothly assigned the values. This is the easier one. Okay. When I show you the tie, you will understand a little better. But for now, so your rank correlation R is equal to 1 minus, or correlation coefficient, sorry, is 1 minus 6 sigma d square divided by n cube minus n. In some textbooks, that n cube minus n might be given like this as well, n square into n minus 1. It means the same thing. ये दोनों को multiply करके फिर ये इसको multiply करते तो यही value आता. Okay, so don't freak out in that scenario. This and this are the same. Okay, it is just different ways of representing it. Now substitute the values. N is equal to कितना था n?
5.
5. Our D was 4. ठीक है.
4.
Correlation coefficient R is equal to 1 minus 6 into 4 divided by 5 cube करे तो कितना आता? 125 आता ना?
Yes, sir.
Minus 5.
120 minus
5 n है ना?
yes.
समझ में आया? n cube minus n है is equal to 1
Yes, sir.
minus 24 divided by 120. ट्यों ट्यों 1 जा 5 जा. ठीक है. is equal to 1 minus 0.2. ये 1 by 5 आता ना? 1 जा 5. 1 by 5 is equal to 0.2. So if I do this, my answer will be 0.8. ठीक है. Your correlation coefficient is 0.8. If you remember, I told you correlation coefficient will range in between -1 R and +1. If you are getting a positive correlation, and because this positive correlation is very close to 1, 0.8 is very close to 1, right? It means that any student, how I can interpret that? Now, if you remember in that problem, that fellow had given me anatomy marks and med-surg marks. By calculating this relationship, I can tell now that any student who has high marks in anatomy will have high marks in MSN as well. समझ में आया? What is the conclusion of our problem? We tried to establish a relationship between two variables, and we essentially established that relationship using a mathematical formula. By calculating the relationship between them, we are essentially calculating the relationship coefficient. If that relationship coefficient is positive and close to 1, your graph value, if you apply that graph, essentially ऐसा आता है आपका graph. It will not be exactly straight, but uh, it will be almost like this. ठीक है? It will not be 45 degrees. If it is 1, it will be like this, but 0 point at rana, so it will be somewhere close to this second one. ठीक है? If it is 45, it will be somewhere around here, 45 degrees. This will be somewhere around 60 degrees ish. But you can see there is also a very high correlation. If one value is increasing, the other value will also increase. Did you all understand this concept?
Yes, sir.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now
Yes,
we'll
sir.
try another problem. Similar scenario, but in this case, I will give you same case one. Okay. There is no tie in the data or ranks that is given. Try to do this problem now. Let us suppose there are seven food items. Okay. Seven different dishes. Imagine there are two people who are going to a buffet. Okay. Imagine that Jayanti and Lakshmi are going to a buffet. Okay. Some buffet. And there are seven different dishes that are given to them. Okay. Biryani hai, kuch what do you call, chicken curry hai, rumali roti hai, XYZ. Some things are present. Okay. And let us suppose I am putting those food items like this. Whatever food that they are eating, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay. There are different food items A to G. Okay. I'm just writing, instead of writing their names, I'm just assigning one letter to them. Now let us suppose I put R1 ranking 1 and R2 ranking 2. Let us suppose R1 is ranking given by Jayanti, R2 is ranking given by Lakshmi. Okay. So according to them, what is the highest and what is the lowest rank? Okay. After tasting all the dishes, they are ranking in their opinion. Let's suppose R1 is 2 2 1 4 3. These are the ranks. Okay. 5 7 6. इसका मतलब क्या है? R1, the person who gave rank 1, let us suppose it is Jayanti, she liked dish B the best and she disliked dish F the most. Okay, she did not like dish F at all, that is why she gave it the lowest rank, or maybe out of all the seven dishes, that was not as good compared to the others, and dish B was the best. If you take R2, let us suppose the Lakshmi ranked it like this: 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chalo, try to find the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient R is equal to 1 minus 6 of sigma d square divided by n cube minus n, where d is equal to R1 minus R2. So first you have to find d, then you have to find d square, then you have to proceed. Okay? Try to find the value and tell me. ओके, क्या आंसर आया? आंसर आया या अभी भी चल रहा? What is the answer you got? A pretty straightforward problem. Acha. So if you look at the individual terms, we have to find n, we have to find d. Okay, specifically we have to find sigma d square. N is equal to 8. N is equal to 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So n is
7.
equal to 7. That is established. आप लोगों को d अब कैलकुलेट करना है बोले तो that is the difference. D is equal to R1 minus R2, meaning this will be 1, this will be minus 2, this will be 2, minus 1,
Total
0,
8, sir.
1, minus 1. Yeah, excuse me.
Total 8, sir.
इसको टोटल नहीं करना है, इसको स्क्वायर करना है. You have to do d square, no? D square को सबमिट करना है. Be careful, don't take the sum of this and square it. Okay, what you have to, if you take the square of this, you'll get 0. You have to square it, then summate it. So essentially you do 1 square of d essentially. So 2 into 2 4, minus 2 into minus 2 is also 4. Minus into minus cancel ho jata. This is 4, 1, 0, 1 and 1. So 4 plus 4 8, 1 plus 1 10. Oh sorry, 1
12.
plus 1 2,
Total 12.
this plus this and this plus this, you will get 12. ठीक है. 1 plus 4 5, then again this 5, ये दोनों को ऐड करें तो 10 plus 2 12. Okay, so we have sigma d square is equal to 12. I did d square, then I added all the d square values. So sigma d square is 12. N is equal to 7. Let us proceed with the problem. So our correlation coefficient is 1 minus 6 of sigma d square divided by n cube minus n. ठीक है, is equal to 1 minus 6 into क्या आया था ये, this is not 6x, okay, 6 into है ये, 6 into 12 divided by 7 cube minus 7. Okay, so r is equal to मैं इसको एक और तरीके से, अच्छा ठीक है, विल कंटिन्यू विद दिस इटसेल्फ. 7 क्यूब आप कर लो, 1 minus 6 into 12 is 72 divided by 7 cube is 343. 7 into 7 49, 49 into 7 is 343 minus 7. ठीक है, be careful of the values, is equal to 1 minus 72 divided by 336. Now if you divide 336, if you divide 72 by 336, you'll get somewhere around 0.2. ठीक है, is equal to 1 minus 0.214 आता आप लोगों को. So your value r is equal to 0.786. That is your r. This means there is a positive correlation between factor x and factor y, or rank 1 and rank 2. ठीक है, meaning whatever person 1 liked, it is there is a strong chance that person 2 also liked similar things. ठीक है, whatever Jayanti liked, similar things were liked by Lakshmi as well when they ate near that buffet. So I can make out the conclusion that on an average, dishes that were rated good by both of them are generally good, and dishes which were rated bad by both of them are generally bad. So positive correlation है, essentially positive high correlation है. This is how you do the problem. समझ में आया यहाँ तक?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand how I did this calculation and how I got the answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Now that was the first. This was the first scenario that we were looking at. Now, if we look at a scenario where correlation correlation is needed to be found, where you have tie among the allotted ranks. What does that mean? Let us suppose you are given variable x and variable y. The problem will be given like this. Variable x is 20, 22, 28, 23, 30, 30, 23 and 24. Variable y is 28, 24, 24, 25, 26, 27 to 32 and 30. Now, what is the peculiarity that you can see in this data compared to the previous data? What is the difference between this data and the last data? Other than obvious number difference, there is a different pattern in this. Can you find that pattern? When compared to the previous data that we saw, whether it was food data or when we were comparing anatomy and med-surg marks, in both of them there was a peculiarity which was absent. In this it is present. What is that peculiarity? Acha. So when I talk about tie in ranks, I mean that my data points are repeated. So if you look at only X data, just look at this data. Look at 30 and look at 23. Both of those values are being repeated once. Value 30 is being repeated once and value 23 is being repeated once, meaning there are two values of 23 and there are two values of 30. And in data Y, there are two values of 24. This is called a tie in ranks. So when I assign the rank itself, now in the previous problem, what I did was I assigned ranks based on descending order, right? Let me try assigning ranks through descending order. I will do section Y first, then we'll go to section X. Okay. So let us suppose I do, this is R2. Let us suppose I put it R2. So इसमें highest rank क्या है in Y?
30, sir. 32.
So this will get 1.
32.
Okay, that is 1. This is 2. Correct. Next highest is 28. So this is 3. Next highest is 27. 4, 5, 6. Now, here comes the difference. My 7th and 8th term are equal. Okay? My 7th term and 8th term are equal. So how will I assign rank in this scenario? In this scenario, the rank will be 7 plus 8 by 2 is equal to 15 by 2, 7.5. Meaning both of these values will get a rank of 7.5. Did you understand the logic here? In this scenario, from rank 1 to rank 6, I have consistency, but rank 7 and rank 8, the values are the same. In that scenario, what I will do is there will be a tie in the ranks. Okay? Let us suppose the match has been tied, bolte na? So both the teams scored same number of goals or same score was present. That means there is a similarity in the ranks. That similarity is represented this way. Let us suppose instead of 2, there were 3 values of 24. Instead of यहाँ पर 1 and 2 values है ना, instead of 2, let us suppose there were 3 values of 24. Imagine the 9th term example. The 9th term was also 24. So what I will do is in that scenario, I will do 7 plus 8 plus 9 divided by 3. तो क्या आता है मेरे को 15 plus 9 is 24. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Okay, if I add 7 plus 8, 15 आता. 15 plus 9 will be 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8. So in that scenario, if another 24 was present at that point, I would get 8, 8 and 8. That would be the ranks. That would be the tie-in rank. Okay? The number of times a particular value is repeating, those values are added, and essentially you will take the average of those values and you'll assign that number as a rank. समझ में आया concept?
Yes, sir.
All of you?
Sir, once again repeat, sir.
Which point did you not understand, ma? ये रैंक का ही समझ में नहीं आया कि आपको हाउ आई गॉट 7.5.
Ah, yes, sir. Ranking is not understood.
अच्छा, so if you look at the data, number 1 to number 6 are consistent. ठीक है, I have number 1 which is the highest value or the highest rank which is 32 up to number 6 which is 25. No values are being repeated, but my 7th value and my 8th value, they are totally 8 values. If you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 values are now, so I should get totally 8 ranks. Technically speaking, if all the values are different, I should get 8 ranks, correct? In this scenario, up to 6th rank, all the values are different, but my 7th and 8th rank are the same. So to assign a particular rank to them, my 7th and 8th values are the same. Okay, in my observation that I'm seeing, whatever variable that I'm given, y variable, in that my 7th and 8th observation or the 7th and 8th variable are the same. So to assign a particular rank to those variables, what I will do is I will take the average of their values. Okay, so I will take 7th value plus 8th value divided by 2, because there are two values 7 and 8. This will be 15 by 2, 7.5. So I will assign both of them 7.5 instead of assigning them 7 and 8. समझ में आ रहा difference? Because both
Yes,
of these variables are the same, I am assigning a value that is similar to each other by taking an average of both of them. Average of both of their value numbers. I came up to 6, right? So the next number should be 7 and 8. That is why I'm taking 7 plus 8 by 2. Let us suppose my values came up to 5. Imagine, in the same scenario, imagine that instead of having 6 like this, imagine that this was also 24. Okay. Now after 5, my 6th, 7th and 8th value, all of them are the same. All of them are 24. So what I will do is I will do 6 plus 7 plus 8 divided by 3 is equal to 21 by 3 आता मेरे को, is equal to 7. Meaning I will rank all of these 7. समझ में आ रहा? Depending on the value that you are getting, you will take the average of the number of times one particular value is being repeated and the number that is assigned to that particular variable, uska average लेके you will assign the rank. ठीक है? In this scenario, the 6th variable, 7th variable and 8th variable are all 24. That is why I did 6 plus 7 plus 8 divided by 3. In the original problem, one second. Original problem में ऐसा था ना, you had up to 6th value which was 25, only 7th and 8th value were 24. That is why I did 7 plus 8 divided by 2. That is how I got 7.5. Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay. Now we'll try to assign values for R1. This is R2 values. Okay. Now if you look at R1 values, what is the highest value in X?
30, sir.
30,
30.
sir.
So technically speaking, my first and second value are the same, no? Nahi.
Yes,
30,
sir.
30, 1 and 1, 1 and 2, both of them same. So to assign them a rank, what I will do is 1 plus 2 by 2, 3 by 2, 1.5. समझ में आया? My first and second value are the same. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 1 plus 2 by 2 because there are two values. So I will assign them 1.5 as a rank. This is 1.5 and this is 1.5. Now because two values have been taken, my next value will be 3, not 2. Okay? In this scenario, when the ranking is given, because I have used two values, this is 1 rank, this is 2 rank. Okay? 2 ranks have already been used, even though the ranks are the same. For example, imagine there is a competition, okay, of 5 people. Imagine there is a competition of 5 people and let us suppose 5 people are participating in running. Okay, आप लोग कभी तो भी athletics देखे होंगे ना, sprinting and all, 100 meter sprint, 200 meter sprints. People will run for 100 or 200 meter and their time is calculated how fast they can run. कभी
Yes,
देखे आप
sir.
Olympics में या कभी तो भी कोई भी games में, whether they are swimming or they are running or they are doing some activity. Okay, let us suppose 5 people are competing and first and second person both got 10 seconds. Okay, so what will happen is there will be a tie, meaning there will be 2 gold medals given to first and second person. There will be no silver medal, there will be bronze medal. Okay, so there will be no 2, there will directly be third rank. समझ में आ रहा? That is how this scenario is also. So the first rank and second rank are already taken by 30. The next rank, which is 28, will go to 3. Okay, that will get the third rank. I hope you are understanding the logic here. Second rank will not come because first and second ranks both are taken up by 1.5. Okay. Normally, if these two were different, you should have gotten, let's suppose they were 31 and 30, you should have gotten 31 as first rank, 30 as second rank. In this scenario, both of them are the same. That is why I'm getting 1.5, 1.5. I will not get a second rank. I will get a third rank. Now, next highest value from 28 is 24. This will be ranked 4. Next highest value is 23. Now, again, if you see my 5th and 6th value, both of them are the same. Okay, if you look at this data, up to 4 the data is fine. Okay, first and second values were same, so I put 1.5, 1.5. Second value nahi aati. Third value is given to 28. Fourth value is given to 24. My 5th and 6th value are the same, 23. So what I will do is 5 plus 6 by 2. 5.5. So 23 will get 5.5. This will get 5.5. Instead of 6, now I'll get 7. So again, the next number is skipped. Okay. This will be 7 and this will be 8. That is how R1 and R2 is calculated if there is a tie in the data that is given. If there is a number that is being repeated in that data. Okay. I do not mean number that is repeated in between X and Y. I mean number that is repeated in X and in Y. So if you have 24 here and if you have 24 here, you will not use this method. You can have it that way. That is not a problem. In a single data set, if you are having values being repeated, that is when you use this method. Okay? समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope all of you understood this. Now, the rest of the process will be the same. Find the difference. D is R1 minus R2. So if you look at R1, R1 की first value 8 hai. This is 3. So I will get 5. Then 7 minus 7.5 minus 0.5. 3 minus 7.5 minus 4.5. This value, R1 minus R2. Okay. Minus 5.5 minus 6 minus 5.5 minus 6 minus 0.5. 1.5 minus 5 minus 3.5. 1.5 minus 4 minus 2.5. This will be 4.5. This will be 2. Square these values. D square is equal to 25, 0.25, 0.25. Be careful of the decimals, okay? 0.25, 12.25, 6.25, 20.25, and 4. Now, if you add up all of these values, you will get 88.5. This is your sigma D square. What is N? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 values are present, so my N is equal to 8. Okay, I have my N, I have my sigma D square. Now, there is a slight change in the formula. Compared to the previous formula, there will be a change. R is equal to 1 minus 6 open bracket sigma of D square plus 1 by 12 into M1 cube minus M1 plus 1 by 12. This looks complicated, but if you actually solve it, it is easy. Okay, I will tell you what is M1, M2 and all of them. M2 cube minus M2, so on and so forth. This formula will keep on continuing. Someone's microphone is on. Please switch it off. right? N cube minus n. Now what are these m1, m2 and m3? These values will keep on repeating. M is the number of times a number repeated. What does that mean? If you remember in series X, we did X and Y series, right? In series X, there was the first number 30 which repeated 2 times. Okay? So my M1 is equal to 2. M1 is the number of times one particular number has repeated. So there are 3 total terms in my total data, X and Y combined. There are 3 total terms that have repeated. In X series, 23 repeated 2 times and 30 repeated 2 times. In Y series, 24 repeated 2 times. So my M1 is 2, M2 is 2, M3 is also 2. Let us suppose in Y series, instead of 24, if it had repeated 3 times, let us suppose in R2 or in the Y series, 24 instead of repeating 2 times, if it had repeated 3 times, this M3 would have been 3. समझ में आ रहा आप लोगों को difference? Depending on the number of times one particular value is repeating, that number is assigned. If one particular number is repeated 2 times, that particular number is assigned as M1. If another number in that same series is repeating 2 times, that will be M2. If another number is repeating, that will be M3. This will keep on going. The total number of times one particular number repeats, that will be M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. Okay, and the total number of times it repeats will be the value of M. Okay, so M1, if let's suppose M1 value, M1 is 30. How many times it has repeated? 2. So M1 is equal to 2. M2, we are talking about 23. 23 has repeated 2 times. So M2 is equal to 2. 24 has repeated 2 times. So M3 is equal to 2. Again. समझ में आया? You'll be able to find out what is M1, M2, M3 simply by seeing the data itself. Once you add the ranks, आप एक बार 1.5 दो बार आया, 5.5 दो बार आया, and you had there was another rank now, 7.5 repeating 2 times, right? 7.5 repeated 2 times for 24. That is our M3. You can assign whatever number. अब M3 आप 24 को डाल सकते हैं, M3 30 को डाल सकते हैं, M3. Just make sure that it is consistent. Okay, if a number is repeating 3 times, that number will come as 3. Okay, if a number is repeating 5 times, that number will come as 5. Let us suppose there is only one term that is repeating 5 times. You will not have this formula extending up to M2 and M3. You will only finish that formula at M1, M1 cube minus M1. Okay, because there is only value, and in that scenario, M1 will be equal to 5. Now, anyway, in our coming back to our problem, R is equal to 1 minus 6 of, this was 88.5 plus 1 by 12 into M1 is 2, 2 cube minus 1. Same will be M2. That was also 2, right? So 12, 2 cube minus 1 plus 1 by 12 into 2 cube minus 1 divided by N is 8 cube minus 8. Now, if you solve this, you will get 1 minus 6 of 88.5 plus, this will be 8 minus 1. Okay? So 8 minus 2, sorry. आप 2 करना पड़ता है, ये 1 नहीं. M1 minus M1 है ना, M1 cube minus M1 है, so M1 is 2. Okay, be careful of that. I made that mistake here. It is all 2, not 1. M2 minus M2, M2 cube minus M2, M3 cube minus M2, or M3 cube minus M3. So same value which is you are cubing, usko aata. So if you keep repeating this value, you will get somewhere around 1.5. Simple calculation hai, aap kare to. Divided by 512 minus 8. Your final value will come around minus 0.0714. So there is a negative correlation. Okay. Chalo, that is how you do the problem. Our time is ending. I'll take your attendance once.